Clark's plan is put into motion in Superman issue 48. At the Central City University, a debate is happening regarding the recent Superman controversy. As the debate continues, Kingslayer takes aim at the candidates, only to be stopped by Steve Trevor. Kingslayer's arrow, however, diverts back to Steve, but Clark is able to save him at the last moment. After subduing Kingslayer, Steve tries to interrogate him, but Clark shuts him down, taking him down to the debate stage. The Secret Service cut him off. Elsewhere, Horder succeeds in uploading a man's consciousness into a robot body, called the Puzzler. However, the original body still retains it as well, so he kills the man. Clark goes with Steve in his chopper. Clark explains what has been happening to his body and how he plans to use kryptonite as a type of chemotherapy for his body to receive his powers back. Landing the chopper at the Argus base in Hawaii, as they descend into the base, the robot Puzzler arrives at the base, blasting through its perimeter's defenses. As they take the elevator down, Steve and Clark talk about Diana, with Steve finding out that Clark and Diana are no longer in a relationship. Steve says that while a relationship with a god would be hard, he thought Clark would think she is worth the struggle. Clark tells him it's a little bit more complicated than he knows. Arriving at the base, they meet Etta, who is a big Superman fan. Steve uses an interface to pull out a cargo container which contains raw kryptonite, immediately weakening Clark. As Clark tells Steve not to close the box, the Puzzler breaches the base. He says that Vandal Savage knows about Clark's plan and he is there to put a stop to it. Steve and Etta try to hold him off while Clark continues his chemotherapy. Steve saves Clark as the Puzzler tries to grab him, and Clark says to Steve that the kryptonite poisoning is working, and he crawls into the container with the raw kryptonite. So yeah, this was a pretty cool issue. We had the New 52 debut of Puzzler, who's kind of a favorite villain of mine. She's like one of those villains that you can't really hate, you know. In the old universe it was a she, and she was like this puzzle person who was made to look like a puzzle, and she could like split herself off into different pieces and everything, and gave Superman really big hell. In this she is a he, and he is a robot. So yeah, they've kind of changed it obviously for the New 52, but I just really hope that he comes back and is not one of those one and done villains where they bring him in and then you never see him ever again in the whole of New 52. But yeah, I'm really interested to see how this whole kryptonite chemotherapy thing works. Like, that doesn't particularly make sense to me. I guess it's sort of like the whole thing with like snake venom, where like you take some of the venom to sort of make a tolerance to it, I guess, maybe. I'm not really sure how that all works, but it's going to be pretty interesting. And also, Steve Trevor got to do something, you know, he doesn't just stand around, and I found that really funny that he's just in this comic for no real reason because Clark needs his help or something, and he probably won't be in the next couple of issues. He'll just disappear again, as he usually does. But yeah, I really enjoyed this issue. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.